We are back here with our post-game interview with two MVPs, Sivan and
Bukaki Poro.
Bukaki Poro.
I just wanted to say first off, congrats on getting your first wins of the split as each team. I talked about like going into game 2, where coming off of a O2 week, you really gotta hit the ground running. Maybe get some points. So congrats to both of you on that. I'm just gonna hop in with questions. My first question is gonna be for Bukaki Poro, Ethan.
Yeah.
Your first game, you guys looked like a totally different team than you were last week, and I casted your game last week, so I've had the fortunate happenstance of seeing all of your play so far. So fun fact. But I just wanted to say, like, what change outside of the lane swap, obviously, because that's a pretty obvious change. But what changes did you guys make behind the scenes to kind of like revamp your strats and revamp your pick band? Because that was the number one thing I noticed. Your drafts were a lot better. You had everything you needed in that game to succeed.
Well, we talked a little more ahead of time, and while I personally don't have a whole lot to do with the pick band, that's more Sean and Rich. They're the ones that mainly handle that, and I trust them too. But
Nice.
I personally practice a lot more. The past week, I really hadn't played League in
And
quite a while, but
that's a rough thing to do with how many changes were new to the patch. Like,
right, and I wasn't quite used to the new runes and masteries.
yeah,
I'm not going to make excuses. I also just did not play well. I was not in the zone.
gotcha.
But for this game, I felt much better, and I was on a comfort pick, which let me focus more on my macro play and just doing well
Sure.
rather than focusing on mechanics.
For sure. I mean, it's Malzahar, so how many mechanics you gotta focus on anyway?
I got to get my resets. I got to let it burn through and then reset.
No, I feel you. I'm gonna let Julio, or I keep forgetting your name, but I'm just gonna keep calling you Joyce. Brandon. Cool. I'd have been right, but that's fine. I'm gonna let you guys take it away with a question if you got one for Sivan or Bukaki Poro, but not for Sivan because he's a boosted monkey.
Okay, well, I'll start. I'll start with one first. Sivan, I mean, obviously, the talk of the game, the reason you're here was this Diana pick in the marksman lane. So obviously, we know you're a Diana main, but what let you convince your team to allow you to do that?
Well, I don't know if much convincing was needed. I was just kind of like, I was doing pick ban, so I was just kind of like, I'm really feeling this Diana bot lane, and I already saw we had 380 damage like going on in our composition. So once I saw that, and we only had the Echo for AP, I was like, well, we need AP damage. There's no way I'm going like an actual AD carry because we're just gonna get steamrolled. And I decided if I'm gonna play AP, I might as well do it dirty. And so I picked the Diana. We discussed this before game too. We were talking about it because I had actually asked if it was legal or like last night to do that, and the response I received was yes, it is. So I did in fact have that on my mind beforehand, but it worked out. So
That's right. We're not strict meta enforcers here. Okay, we allow many combinations of champions in the
Like
PMA
Shogath
LCS.
did. All right, Julio.
Why are you guys sticking to the Malzahar in both games, right? No, it was a Nivea both games.
No, it's Malice and Nivea.
Julio, you're drunk.
Oh my
Nivea
god,
was on different teams each game.
Yeah.
Really? My bad.
Yes.
Forget me
It
then.
was played by Bison and then it was played by me.
So
good question.
No. So the first game, it was Rip taking the win, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Did you
And
even
then-
cast this match?
I'm just trying to make sure I got everything in order, right? The second game, Girl 5 took the match. So then my question is like, what type of mentality did Rip have going into second game, coming off of their win the first game?
And we were joined by both of the co-captains, whatever. It's Bison and Membong. So if either of you have an answer you want to put forward to a question,
I'm actually curious myself because I also want to know what they were thinking going in after pick ban. Like, what were they thinking? I don't know.
After pick banner or going into game 2? There was two different.
Well, my question was going into game 2. Like were you guys feeling different bands towards them, or?
Well, we thought that they were probably gonna either take out one of the solo laners and probably my Kayn in the first round. So we were anticipating that. Two of those things came to light, even though it looked like an ADC Kayn for a second, or mid lane Kayn. But so we weren't too high. We knew that we played a solid first game. We had some missteps that we needed to take care of there. Better laner communications to where we could have ended sooner as well, and a little bit of overstays with some of our power plays. But I threw out the Ezreal flex because I knew that Rich can play it. Ezreal is definitely not in a strong place in the jungle. And then I looked through chat at the end and I agreed with I think it was like Labyrinth and Fudgy who were talking about it. And I agree with them. It was more used as a flex and then seeing if I could get like a cheese level 2 off to try to snowball either mid or top if either one of them were pushing. I'm not entirely sure how upset Zurok was for all the red buffs I've stolen.
I think it was the first 3 red buffs, right?
Yeah, what we actually said, we were like, "Oh, he's on your red buff. He's on your red buff," and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't even give a fuck." And they're just like,
That's literally what he said.
I think it transferred into him just being like, "Well, you're gonna take my red buff. I'm gonna kill your ADC."
Yeah, literally, what's what happened.
So,
That's hilarious.
But we know when the Diana came out, we thought it was I looked in chat immediately. I was like, "Oh, what did he actually mean to pick?" And I was like, "Wait, Sivan." Okay. So, we had to change it a little bit. We had to flex it because we were trying to see what ADC we should pick when we picked the Lucian if he didn't want to play Ezreal. So it was overall, I feel like both drafts were okay. First off, Labyrinth, we didn't opt into Malachi Yorick. We picked Malachi the first time. I actually think that Gerg5 picked Yorick into our Malachi twice. So
That sounds right.
Our top laner was blind both times.
That's correct.
The question, just so that everybody else knows if you didn't see it, was how come Rip opted Malachi into York 2 games in a row, and how do they feel like it played out?
Yeah, that's tough. We missed the second draft. Y'all had finished it by the time the stream started. So.
And then we saw the Kayn in the pick. I was like, is it a support Kayn? And then it all made sense once I saw
thought
it.
it was mid lane Kayn for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck would they ban Janet? Like that panda. But so I feel like it played out good the first game, mainly because again of the cheese kind of level 2 thing and Kane's ability to kind of chase down. Also, me getting out in that pixel brush in top lane before Zach got out, I had a lot of moments where like I nearly got my recall off, and I was like, whoa, butt clench.
I had a question for Sean.
All right, and then the second game.
Oh right.
We didn't do it that well because the level 2 gank didn't go off well, and then there was more pressure exerted by their jungler on the other side of the map. Where we kind of had to be stretched out to where I couldn't focus top, and then York kind of just naturally will win because he's in a really, really good place right now. I think like the 2 top laners, if you wanted to put them against each other, would be Ornn and Yorick, and then you just have a freaking like top
death match.
Yeah.
But no, my question. It's a small little micro thing, but I'm curious because you were clearly wanting to go red Kayn that game. All of your early ganks, when you played game 1, all your early ganks were to melee people, and it went generally well. You got a kill on one of them, got another kill on another one of them. Like you were fed, you were snowballing. And then you went for play bot lane and tried to all in onto Sivan on the Ezreal.
Oh man, I missed the fucking auto.
It wasn't even about. This isn't even about that.
God.
This isn't even about autoing.
No, dude, I dodged it. I dodged the auto.
Wait, that was like Jack's mechanics? No, I was curious because you based, and we were all like, Kayn should have his evolution now. We were wondering, you did not have it. Okay, we were wondering if you had it, but if you had gotten blue Kayn. But
no,
okay.
So when I did have it was after the top lane.
After the 2v2 that you lost.
Top lane.
And then
the
you
al-
got it, and then you
Why
won
not?
that same 2v2 very
And
next time.
I told this to Dosbite, the other Sean on our team, that the sole reason I was up there is because one, I knew Zach was going to be on his way because Sean was kind of overextending with no wards and York was staying. And I was like,
Mhm.
they're both melee, and I just want to get this red cane because the red cane is,
Okay.
if I get blue cane,
Stupid broken.
well, if I get blue cane against their comp,
You're just gonna get killed.
it's not going to help. Like maybe
Right.
I'll kill their backline, but then like York and all that stuff, and also I'm like my own Janna to where I reset the fight for myself without
Right.
healing, and so that's how it worked,
Cool.
and it allowed us to have more CC. So
We just weren't really sure if that was you
no, I
semi
was
messed up and got blue cane, or if like you just
No.
didn't have your evolution yet. Okay.
no, I was conscious about it at the end. I was like, oh fuck. the
Gotcha.
Next time I hit something, I'm gonna change, and I was like, it's got to be melee.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Joystick, Julio.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I guess I have a question sort of as like a top laner. Did you guys, in the first game, Rip, did you guys, what was your plan as far as, the York goes? I mean, we had talked about it in the pregame. If the York gets ahead, that split push is going to be monstrous.
Yeah,
And so you guys, so did you prioritize trying to shut down the York in the first game, and subsequently in the second game, the opposite happened where the York didn't get shut down, and then the split push he became a monster. So
yeah, I think I briefly talked about that, where how I think it actually has a lot to do with the jungle, not necessarily the players who are playing it, but just the jungle picks. So Zach early, I don't play him all right. Ass Fudgy.
Huh? What did
his
you just say?
question. There's a
Oh.
question in chat.
Oh. Okay. I was like, wait, what?
What the?
But,
Okay, that makes more sense.
but that Zach and then Kane's a really good skirmisher early as well, better than Zach, and so like it allowed us we had pushing lanes as well for against Anivia and Malzahar, so like we were able to focus that. Our bot lane was also pushing as well because Misfortune is really oppressive right now. In the second game, Jarvan, while he wasn't helping top out, I didn't help top out that much either because I was trying to look other places.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because Jarvan is a better ganker.
Yes,
and
100%.
and also a earlier skirmisher. Also, where is Zach gonna go against the mount? He's not gonna gank mid because he's probably not gonna get the knockup if the spell shield's not down. And I was communicating with my bot lane the whole time, so it was easier to execute team comp. So as a top laner, when we saw the matchup both times, I felt like we needed to do something in that first game, and I didn't feel like we could have done it the exact same way the second game because of the comps that were drafted by both teams.
Gotcha.
I kind of have like a quick follow up to that then. So do you feel like in the second game that the Yorick split push was part of the reason why you guys struggled?
I think the York split push was a result of why we were struggling, which was the Diana assassin pick, was because as we all know, like in bot lane, all ins will beat poke or disengage unless the disengage is timed right. So like they had a freaking 80 steroid with Janna on an all-in champion who is attack speed reliant, and then Jarvan camping that. So because of that, our focus had to be on like trying to mitigate that. And then the split push happened as a result of that. So I don't think the Yorick itself was a reason why we struggled, but it helped in the fact that it was splitting the map apart.
Right, it was like a side effect, sort of.
Yeah,
exactly.
there was. I think there was just too much. There was like so much jungle pressure from our team bot lane that you had to put your attention bot lane, and the pressure like was released off of top lane, so he could just do whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think we kind of ran into the same problem that y'all did the first game with Anivia, is that while she does scale really well into the late game, she can't really do anything in matching the roams of anybody. Also, Echo was a really nice pick into her.
Wave clear.
She held the wave a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, Echo's
Same,
really good.
actually. I was actually surprised that how Echo kept up with that wave clear.
Yeah, I was just pissed that he didn't die. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
unless
wanna
there's
ask-
any other. Oh, go ahead.
Why in the Teemo ban? I know Sean's playing it, but come on, dude. You really think that's much of a Teemo versus yours?
That was
Yeah,
something that I came up with because I was like, I know Sean's basically a Teemo main, and most of the champions that Dr. Volumundo plays can be countered by Teemo. Yeah, it's not ideal in New York, and it's not as strong of a counter, but it can still like change a whole team fight. If you have your ult up and you get blinded on your Q, that's less damage you're gonna be dealing and less healing you're gonna get back from that. So that's why I wanted to do it, and Cvan kind of agreed with that. So
And nobody wants to lane against a Teemo.
Yeah,
No, fuck
I
that
also
shit.
hate that
Nar
champion,
Nar
so-
wants to lane against Teemo. Nar poops on Teemo.
I'll say that at one point in game 2, like when Valimundo was leaving and like the Queen, the Wraith or whatever her fucking name is,
Yeah.
just chasing the whole team, and we were like, "Fucking kill this bitch!" Because like,
I hate that thing so
Yeah.
much. It is like it doesn't even always do very much, but it's so annoying.
it's just annoying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we hate York's side hoe.
Anyway, unless there's any other questions from the casters or the chat, I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Well, thanks you
I'm
guys.
playing game with Hans for now.
I believe I don't know when the next match is. There was a match scheduled for tomorrow night, but I guess that one got
That one
rescheduled.
got moved to
And
Sunday.
another one of the matches got moved till next week, and I think the other one's on Saturday.
So I think the next one is Sunday. Then.
You think it is Sunday? Okay, that makes sense. It's Thanksgiving. Go spend some time with your families. Quit playing video games for 2 days.
I'm sick of you playing video games, dude.
But otherwise, it's been Eric Guys here, Jescu. Now you guys say your
Bye.
names.
Brandon
Okay.
Joystick Shay right over here on the play-by-play.
July Clumsy Chocobo Street.
Did you say July?
Yep.
I'm
not wrong.
And we're signing out. Have a good
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here for the FIMU Alpha League of Legends Championship Series 2017. This was G5 versus RIP, going 1-1 in their series. Both two really great games. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, but we'll see you guys again on Sunday, November 26th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Spanish Torpedoes versus Hidden Valley Ranch. Once again, I'm
Wait, that's my
Joystick.
Guy Fear. I'm what's my name?
And we'll see you on the flip side. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night and a happy Thanksgiving.
God, I'm